Believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate. And good morning to all my South Shore neighbors. This is Sharon McNamara. You are, of course, listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable here on a Saturday morning. And yeah.
Saturday before the storm.
Yeah, I heard snow in the forecast. Okay, yay. So,
hopefully
anyway.
not here. Not in Pembroke. Hopefully not in Pembroke.
Hopefully not in Pembroke, for sure. And thank you for holding down the fort last week for me. I was spending some time with my daughter who was in from Texas, so that was so much fun to do. So you heard that voice. Yes, I have Melissa Wallace with me. She is our Director of Operations here at Boston Connect Real Estate and our Agent Relations Director as well. And you're doing all kinds of things.
Whatever my title is today.
Yeah, whatever the title is today.
Whatever
for sure.
the title is, yeah.
And I did a lot of working from home this week. Got a lot done, you know. So I know I'll be here a lot next week. And, you know, I'm going to do some like staycation type stuff, like cleaning around here. Yeah. What do you think?
What are you going to do?
Well, you know, it matters because a day in the life.
Am I going to come back and my desk is going to be rearranged?
Yeah, probably. No, I won't do that to you, but maybe, who knows? I mean, that is how I'm feeling at the moment. But we also have Tim McKinney in the studio at WATD. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. I was going to say, when you said snow, I'm like, no. I didn't say anything about that four-letter word here.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Saturday before the storm, just a couple hours before the storm. I think it's supposed to kick in around 9:45 this morning. So,
yeah. Bad day for a graduation.
Oh, yeah. A lot of graduations, right? Today. Is Pembroke today?
Yeah. I know a lot of outdoor graduation parties are now moving indoors or scrambling for spaces. So, what a bummer day, but it'll be beautiful wherever they are.
Well, it's interesting because the topic that we have this week, a day in the life of a real estate agent, I was actually thinking about it this week. And, you know, there are times like back in the day, I used to be better at like doing my little videos and like I would do videos of Mark, like putting out my signs and stuff like that. And I don't even know if it's in our agenda here, but, yeah, I was thinking I had a commuter open house on Thursday. And people think it's as easy as putting a sign in the ground, right? And like that's all we do as real estate agents. So we're here to discuss today that truly is not the case. And there are a lot of things that we do behind the scenes. And it isn't that stupid 100 list items that NAR came out with, you know, during that settlement. Like, oh, this is what your real estate agent does. Yeah. So no big deal that we like put in paperwork to get a sign put up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even talking about things like that. But I know it's not, you know, it's not brain surgery. I'm not curing cancer. I'm not, you know, doing anything that's like, you know, putting a rocket on the moon. Like I'm not SpaceX. Like let's be honest. We know that. And it's not hard, right? It's hard, but it isn't hard. Like it isn't hard labor. Like I would say, Mark, when he goes to work, he's hard labor, right? He's lifting heavy things. He's up and down ladders, and you know what I mean? He has a very strenuously hard job on his body, where mine is strenuously hard on my brain, and I'm just getting tired of it. I'm not getting tired of it. It's just like, oh my gosh, like here's yet another thing. So Thursday night, I was doing a commuter open house at my listing in Norwell, and came here, got my signs out of the shed. They're heavy. Mary has the heaviest signs of any of us for sure. And anyways, they're heavy, they're cumbersome, they're rattling in the back of my car. And I was like, oh, am I going to make the rain? Like, is it not going to, you know? All right, looks like I'm not going to get stuck in the rain. in Pembroke anyways.
Yeah.
Then I'm making the balloons. Again, not strenuous.
No.
It's like cutting all the string for 12 balloons, making 12 balloons. Again, not a big deal. Like, I'm not making it a big deal. But, you know, it takes time to do some of these things. It isn't like we just show up and someone has the balloons and the signs put out. So anyways, I get to Norwell. Of course, what's it doing?
Raining.
It's raining. And I'm not like a person who looks cute at all when I have wet hair.
I wear a hair turban when I'm at home, so nobody sees my wet hair. Get out of the shower. I don't have a lot of hair.
Oh, wait a second. I was just
so
picturing
thin.
myself wearing one of those things when you get out of it, because I have those too, those hair towels.
The hair towels.
The hair turban thing. Like, it's just, could you imagine if that's what I wear from now on when it's raining to get to my open houses?
Well, yeah, you should
I'm
wear
gonna
one
do
of
it.
those.
I'm gonna do it.
It's like a poncho for your head.
Yeah.
One
all
of
right.
those things that tie underneath
Yeah,
your
can
chin.
we get one of them?
Yeah, why
Please,
not?
can you
We
look
can-
that up on Amazon as we're
Yeah.
talking right now? I want one of those at my doorstep tonight at 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, now that you think of it, I think about, like, the shows, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, and the women just did. It was like a rain jacket hat.
Yes.
I want a rain jacket hat. That's what I want.
What are
That
they
is going to
called?
solve
They're
all.
like-
It's called a rain jacket hat. Of course it is.
Rain.
What else
hat.
could it be called?
Oh, rain hats for women. I'm just looking at
Yeah,
it. But
like,
I want one that
I want
ties.
the plastic one.
Yeah.
Like the one that you can see through.
Yeah, like one of these.
Yeah. Please order that for
like
me
a
right
it's
now.
like
Do
a
they come in
bonnet.
other colors too with the trim?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Oh, it's a rain bonnet.
a rain bonnet. That's what I want. So I want a rain bonnet. So that would have came in so handy. It isn't like you want to put on the whole entire. First of all, I don't like to drive with a jacket on.
Yeah, me
right?
neither.
I just can't. I need my space. I need to have cat-like reflexes just in case some crazy person is coming the other direction, putting their mascara on. So I need one of those. And I'm not kidding. I want a couple.
Yeah, I should have gotten one of these. Oh, this one will be here by 5 o'clock.
Oh,
it has
perfect.
It has a black trim.
Get one of those. Yeah, you can bring that on your trip. I think that would be great.
Oh my gosh.
I am so glad we're having this conversation right now. All right, show's over. Sharon got what she needed. out
Everyone
of it.
needs a rain bonnet.
Everybody needs a rain bonnet. So back to my open house. So I'm putting out the signs, and it's maybe like a little drizzle. No big deal. Again, I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not putting anything on the moon. I get it. But please feel for me for a minute, all right? So I'm putting out my signs. All right, take out this. You stop. You put up the back. You take out the sign. They're heavy. Then you get the balloons, and you're praying that, like, you can just grab 3 balloons of the right 3 colors, and that one doesn't, like, decide to escape out the out the door. And then you tie them on. Again, not a big deal. Not huge, like, strenuous work. Put them out. You have to park. You have to be careful, especially if you're on busier streets, which, the best place to put your signs, right? And you're running back and forth. And in some different parts, like my friends like that I'm friends with on Clubhouse, they're in different warmer climates where they just have like those political signs that have, the thin little thing. And they just hop out of their car, pop them in the ground, like no big deal to them. These things are metal, they're heavy.
Yeah.
They're cumbersome. And I tie all the thing. And then it starts to drizzle. And I was like, I don't have a rain bonnet. I'm so happy about this, by the way. Did you really order me
I
one?
don't have a rain. Yeah, I'm going to order some.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll have that by
You want
5.
the
Is it going to
black
rain
trim-
tomorrow?
You want the black trim one?
I don't know. What do you like?
Well, I'm
Maybe
just trying to
yellow.
see
Don't
what-
you think yellow would be fun?
I don't see a yellow one. They try to be clear
Okay.
so you can see. You have periph.
Yeah. No, I want yellow trim.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now you're just getting to
Okay, just get me whatever. I don't even care.
looking like the Gordon fisherman.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of. All right. So as I'm doing this the other day, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Putting signs out sucks. Like, it just sucks. Like, I just don't like it. Like, it's a lot. And, I try to give myself enough time, but generally speaking, I'm running a little behind. So I'm rushed.
No.
Control yourself there, Mel. And so then by the time I get to the second sign, it's not sprinkling
pouring. It's
anymore.
pouring now.
It's like this weird sun shower thing. So I'm like, now I'm thinking, is anybody even going to come? Anyways, put out the signs. So as I'm thinking about how much it sucks to put out real estate signs, God granted me something to realize there is something worse than putting out real estate signs.
And that's not having signs to put out.
No,
Not having a listing to put those signs out at.
well, that's one.
That would be worse.
That would be worse. But what's worse than that is putting out open house signs in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
That's what sucks more.
Yeah.
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 Am I allowed to say that? I'm sure Tim would have shut me off by now. I can say sucks. Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
a
I
big
think
word.
so.
Yeah. It isn't like I'm whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't
well-
put like a F-bomb in front of it or anything. Because that's how I really felt.
That's privately. That's privately. But yeah, no, I did give a
So-
little bit of a sneak peek last Saturday when I did the show with Sue Bollinger, who's a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. She did fill in for you. We talked about it towards the end of sort of a day in the life of a real estate agent and sort of what you don't see behind the scenes. And yeah, it's not just I just roll up to your house and the signs are already out and the balloons are already up and everything, but that's just a little snippet of your day. I'm sure, a part of me, and I knew not to, part of me almost asked you in the beginning of the week of like, oh, can you can you just timestamp like what you're doing all week?
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I know, but it's a lot of work to timestamp.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of work, but it just sort of getting an idea of how your day could essentially go sideways because they all sort of go sideways.
Yeah,
they never really end up being the way that
Like
you
even
think that
yesterday.
they're going. to be.
Yesterday was a really good example of that. For me, it was, and that's one of the things that I have to do is, not only am I a full-time real estate agent, and by full-time, I mean over 40 hours a week. I'm also the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. We have 20 somewhat agents in the office. I'm always trying to learn and be prepared and answering questions and things like that people don't see, when the agents are calling and stuff like that, having conversations with the agents, having conversations all the time with my clients. But then yesterday, and we wanted to give a big announcement too when we invited them to come over too. We'll have to have that happen. But Big Y is a family-owned and operated chain of supermarkets, and they're going across the street from us.
Yeah.
They're taking over the old Stop and Shop space, and they were bringing us lunch yesterday. And I had it in my calendar. They said they'd be there between 11:30 and 12, and so I had it in my calendar that, I wanted to come. We invited all of our agents to be here and they were bringing stuff. But then my day went sideways yesterday. So I got up, and this is generally what happens to me too. Like I got up, I was like, all right, let me just check my text messages. That's easy enough to do. Let me check my email. Then you get sort of like in it, right? And then it's like, all right, let me just do this one thing. And then before you know it, I was like, oh, look what time it is. I was like, I have to drive to Dedham to pick up a check. And, it's funny because Mary said, you're getting soft. And I was like, why?
You would have said that to her.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
She goes, you would
Work
have
smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said. Did I tell you the story?
No, but I can imagine because I've heard you for 10 years tell Mary, why are you doing that?
Yeah. But, I have this, I have a listing in Dedham. And the other agent has been fantastic to work with. She's been great. She's been very thorough, very on top of everything, keeping me informed, communicating. Again, that's one of our key things. And I just felt bad, like for her to give me the second check. For some reason or another, her clients couldn't do deposit link for the second escrow check that we're holding. So they got a certified check, and she's like, oh, where is your office? And I just felt bad telling somebody from down on 128, like bring the check to me at the office. And I don't like mail,
Yeah.
forget it, so I was like, just leave it at the house and I'll pick it up. So that was my plan yesterday. I was like, all right, I'll get out the door at 10 o'clock. I'll miss the traffic. I'll go pick up that check. And then I'll make it back to the office by 11:30, 12 for lunch. I'll hang out with the agents and blah, blah, blah. Well, then I decided that I needed to make some flyers for one of my listings for the new construction came on.
Cochise Estates.
Cochise Estates, yeah. So I wanted to we put up the last single family in Blueberry Hill over at Cochise Estates, Cochise, and then I got into it. And I sat there until, what time was it? It was after 4. It was like, yeah, because I was trying to order them right at 4 o'clock. So I ended up not only doing one flyer, and hey, a flyer is not as simple as front and back. Not in my world. It's four pages. And I did 7 of them. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
But it took me all day.
Were they able to get delivered?
No.
Oh.
No,
That's all right.
they'll be
They're
here.
done.
They'll be here next week, which is fine.
Good. Well, they're done.
Yeah, they're done. And you know what? It's been on my list of things to do for a while, and I was home and I was doing it. But again, what didn't happen yesterday? I didn't get to Dedham to pick up the check, and I didn't make it to here for lunch for the Big Y.
Yeah.
There any leftovers?
Yes, plenty downstairs.
Oh, really? I saw cookies on the counter.
Yes, there is pizza and there's sandwiches,
Oh.
different sandwiches. So
Perfect.
turkey, ham, and roast beef.
And it was good, huh?
It was good. Yeah. Everyone's very excited. Everyone who was here yesterday for the luncheon, they were telling us they're going to have a little cafe over there with tables, and I said, could we get a standing reservation for lunch every week at the table? So, we're very excited. So they're doing a soft opening on June 4th. And then I believe 2 weeks after that is their grand opening.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to them and see if we can get some gift cards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that we can give away on the air.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. I'm sure they would. They just brought us lunch. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they give us a couple gift cards?
There's plenty of people over there. Take a walk over there. And there was plenty of people there yesterday walking around outside, it's getting ready.
Yeah,
Getting
looks
ready for
awesome.
them.
It looks
Yeah.
really nice. So I was on the master planning committee for the town of Pembroke, and just thinking about like revitalizing the town in the center. I think that this is going to be really nice. I love that it's family owned and
Yeah.
operated, and
A lot of things going on in the center. The new coffee shop on Common Cafe. We had
Yeah.
lunch there one time. So lots going on here.
yeah, awesome.
Then there's us
And we should do a day. Why don't we do a day of, you know what I mean? I know.
bopping around.
Well, no, maybe we just do a day like once a month. We can reach out to different communities and talk to some of the business owners. I think
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah.
Tell us what's on your menu.
What's on your menu?
Yeah.
We're hungry.
And we won't ask for free food for us to let them on the air. We'll ask for things for our listeners.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
Getting back to a day in the life of a real estate agent, sort of what really happens behind the scenes. I do want to highlight that the public just often sees sort of a highlight reel. So the showings, open houses, closings, sold signs, but what people don't really see is everything that happens before, during, and after those moments. So a lot going on. Again, you just talked about open house prep pretty much with your signs and balloons and taking into account what's going on with the weather. So, with showings and closings and, just open houses. Oh my. There's a lot that goes on before, during, and after those moments. So, and you wear many hats. You might wake up one day and think that you're going to wear your salesperson hat or your broker hat, and it ends up being a new construction hat. It's a problem solver hat. It's a therapist hat.
Yeah.
Things like that. Or marketing. Yesterday was a marketing hat for you. You just, when we said your day can go sideways, it certainly can. But sometimes that's a good thing because you got something checked off your list that you've had on your list for a
But now
while.
it bumps into today.
Yeah.
Right. And then like one of the things as I was drying my hair today where my best thoughts come, I was like, I was supposed to call somebody back yesterday. And I was so involved and focused on what I was doing that I had forgotten to do that. So I wrote myself a note. It's sitting right here that I have to call that person after the show today. But since that happened yesterday, you see the snowball effect into today. And I'm sure that this happens in everybody's career, right? Everybody's life. But I just think for us, we're bopping and weaving according to what other people are doing. It isn't like we can have a plan, we can time block, we can do all those things, but our calendar is really based on everybody else's conveniences.
Yeah.
So that's what sometimes makes it hard, that we have to be really ready to pivot. But I think certain personalities do really well in this business because they are able to do that.
Yeah, I think that my position, one of the harder things for me to do is to schedule these out, even if it's like an outside vendor coming in and doing a lunch and learn or anything like that, coordinating everybody's schedules. What's best for everybody? How can we get the most amount of people here? And because, and I'm always honest with a lot of our vendors that come in and say like, we are going to try our best to get as many people here as possible, but at the end of the day, their business comes first. And sometimes their day does change and something comes up, or they have, an unexpected appointment that they need to get to. So sometimes people have to come late. Sometimes people have to leave early, things like that. So
even Trish Flynn, full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. I was talking to her yesterday, and she actually put an offer in on one of my properties, and I'm going to be working with that today. And, she said to me last night, just everything that she had to do. She goes, my God, it feels like back in the day, like back in 2000, whatever it was, that she was just so super, super busy. And she's like, and then I stopped at McDonald's.
Oh.
I'm like, ooh. I was like, well, that is not going to feel good sitting in your belly for sure. But again, she just had such a busy day. I mean, she showed 5 different properties in 5 different towns. I heard
about a showing yesterday.
I think that that's awful. I looked up the picture, and I think that the Board of Health should be called, to be quite honest. I don't think that that's a safe environment for people.
Yeah. I mean, I've known Trish for 10 years, and when she walked through the door yesterday for lunch, it was like everybody stopped. Everybody looked at her and was like, "Are you okay?" And she couldn't form words. Like she was like, "I'm speechless." And we're like, "What happened? What's going on?" She's like, "I don't what?" And she just couldn't get it out. And we're like, "I've never seen you like this. What's going on?" And finally, she did, tell us about her showing, and that sort of threw a wrench in her day, I think, because some showings are easy. Sometimes you walk in the house and your client knows right away that it's just not for them, or they fall in love with it, and that the next steps are to write an offer and make sure that, the market value is there and everything like that. But this one, you just sort of, it was not great. It was not a great showing.
Well, are we not allowed to say what happened?
It was a tough property. It was a tough property.
I mean, it looked like
show.
I looked it up, and we won't give the town or the whereabouts or any of that, but it looked like it was a flip. It was basically, it said, contractors or whatever. I told her when I spoke with her after the fact, because she was at the office when I called her about something, and she was rattled, and it was just something beyond belief. But she's like, Sharon, there was, I can't say the word, but poop on the floor.
Yeah.
And all over the floor. And her client was like gagging, couldn't breathe, had to leave the house. Like the smell was just that bad. And I was like, dog? Because I've had that. I was with Trish when I ran into a situation where it smelled so bad like dog poop that I almost fainted. It was a hot, steamy day, and I had sweat rolling down my face. And Trish, the people came to give me a face cloth, and it was almost like you could see Trish in slow motion, no, don't take it. But she said, there was poop. And I was like dog or cat or she's like, no, human feces.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Piles.
Yeah.
Throughout the house.
Yeah.
So I said to her, all right, let's back it up. You got out safely.
Yeah.
Wash your hands and go take a shower.
Yeah.
But I said, should the Board of Health be called? Are there any children living in the house that we should be concerned about?
Yeah.
And again, not our job as a real estate agent, but this is the day of a life of a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe we owe it at least to the listing agent. And she said that she's tried getting in touch with him several times about different things.
I did tell her to call him.
Yeah, that he should be notified that this is happening. And then I said, potentially they're tenants and they don't want the landlord to sell the house, or potentially there's some type of a hardship situation. I was like, are they elderly? That they just don't, they can't, control themselves. You know what I mean? So they're just going to the bathroom wherever. And she's like, no, I saw them as they were leaving. They weren't And I was like, or could it be a divorce situation? Sometimes we've seen weird things in divorce
Yeah.
situations where one wants to sell, one doesn't. So they're trying to stigmatize the property. So that's a day in the life. That can take you sideways.
Yeah, and I think what it did was it brought us back to, okay, we're real people dealing with real issues with real clients in these real situations. So what do we do next? Yeah, I mean, when she told us the story, I said, well, you have to get on the phone with him and sort of say like, essentially, like, how did you not tell me that this?
How did you not prepare me?
How did you not prepare me? Because her clients brought small children, and it just wasn't safe or sanitary for anyone to be there. And as a listing agent, at that point, you've already been to the property a couple times, so. What the condition is of that property, and the first thing you should do when somebody, books a showing is you call them and say, listen, be aware. Like this is sort of the situation that we're dealing with.
Some type of a situation going on there for sure. To all our listeners, you're listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. I am Sharon McNamara, the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. Of course, I'm a full-time real estate agent and broker owner here at Boston Connect Real Estate. I'm with Melissa Wallace, my sidekick. She is the director of operations here at Boston Connect Real Estate and the agent liaison. We have Tim McKinney, who's in the studio, and Tim loves when we get phone calls, 781-837-4900.
I really do. Please call.
Please call. I know. 781-837-4900. And give us what your impressions are. What do you think real estate agents do? Do you think like is there value in, having a real estate agent? I know that I was recently, helping somebody sell their house and they're in the process of buying another house. And, there's been a few things that have come up and I'm like, I'll go over and take care of it. I'll go over and take care of it. The water situation, right? Like the water reading was wrong, just $6,000 water bill. Who would think that a real estate agent is figuring that out?
Yeah.
Right. But I'm happy to do it. And that's one of the things that I think, and again, we've had this show, and I know I'm all over the place, Mel, but we've had shows on, real estate agents and, I've just lost my train of thought.
There's a cardinal.
Oh,
right there.
Hello,
right
cardinal.
next to us. Hello, Birdie.
Hello, Birdie. What was I going to say? So, what we're doing every day is above. This is something that I can take care of, and why I think it's important to hire a full-time agent is where my thought was, because we've talked about. Yeah, there are a lot of part-time agents out there, and to me, I just really think that your best bet is to be working with a full-time real estate agent or a full-time real estate team. Like a team that has part-time agents is okay because you have somebody to pick up for you. But the reason why I think it's so important is because I said to my client, listen, I'll meet the water department. Let me handle this situation because you're working at your job. I want you to be employed and be at your job. This is my job.
Yeah. And I think it's important to note that it's not a 9-to-5 job. It's not a 9-to-5 full-time job. It's just a full-time job. And what those hours are equate to full-time, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's just 9 to 5 because how many times have you gotten phone calls at nighttime or even before 9 o'clock or, you're up and is it behind me too? The cardinal behind me?
Just flew by the window.
Does that mean our angels are here with us?
Maybe. I mean, I did bury my dad this week.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe that was your father.
Yeah, my father. My father's out there. Now, he's in Mattapian at the cemetery now. So I like that you put the little Boston in there.
Yeah, it's your father at the window.
My father's at the window.
But yeah, it's important to note that, full-time means full-time. It doesn't necessarily mean 9 to 5. It's definitely not a 9 to 5 job.
No.
And it's not a 9 to 5 job because it's so unpredictable. And no 2 days are the same.
Oh, exactly. And there are times too, like if I have to get, if I'm going to get my nails done, if it's 2:00 on a Thursday or on a Wednesday, I feel, isn't it nice that you can just take off in the middle of the day to go get your nails done? It's like, isn't it nice that...
Oh my gosh. Remember when we went to a listing appointment? we were down in, I don't know, somewhere down, almost in the Cape or something. And we went out to lunch after because we were starving and it was later in the day and it was at a golf course. And we were like, it must be nice to not have to work during the day. And as we're sitting there
Having a drink.
having a drink at lunch, discussing this like potential listing, and we're like, oh, isn't it nice? You get to golf during the day on a Wednesday at 2:00 in the afternoon, and we're like, wait a minute, we had to check ourselves.
I know people are probably looking at us like, I wonder what they do that they can just sneak off in the middle of the day.
They're probably like, oh, their husbands must take care of them. Their husbands are golfing and they're just at the clubhouse having a drink.
Having a nice lunch.
Yeah.
That was a good lunch, wasn't it?
It was a good lunch.
Yeah, it was a good lunch. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Like, do you think, what are some of the things, if you've recently put your house on the market, or if you've recently sold a house, or maybe not even recently, or if you've recently bought a house, are there things that you were surprised about that your real estate agent took care of? Or are there things, this is what I'd love to know, are there things that you wish your agent had done? I would love to know those things, because maybe that's something that we can put into our repertoire as well and help our clients with those things. So again, for us, it's all about communication, trying to make it as easy as possible as we can. And so give us a call, or you can send a text, because Tim also can read.
Breaking news.
He can also read, and he will read those texts to us. He's one man full of talent. 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. Either give us a buzz or send us a text. And there's little things too, like I'm sure it's in here, and then we'll speed up this process so we can get into some of the things. I'm just thinking about this week and some of the things I did, and I wasn't in the office a lot this week. I know I will be stationed here all week while you're away, that I just... I was able to get a lot of different things done that I had to get. One day I did take more of a little bit of a personal day, because I like to do that on Mondays generally. But Mackenzie was in town, and Monday was the holiday and everything. So I think it might have been Tuesday, but I had returns, and I have to have clean sheet day too. So anyways, doing all those things. Well, all right, where are we?
Well, Ginny Wandell, who is a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate, is watching us on social media. We're all live on social media. We're waving to everybody.
Full-time real estate agent, Ginny Wandell.
Full-time.
First of all, Ginny, I have to give her kudos, because when she gets a new listing, I have to tell you, I don't think anybody looks at their pictures as scrutinizes their pictures as in depth as Ginny Wandell does.
Yeah. And we were downstairs the other day, and Ginny's like, "Oh, okay, it's time to come over now," because she likes when I look at them with her, and I do too. That's one of the parts of my job that I do love, is looking at all the pictures and saying like, I like this angle, I don't like this angle, whatever. And then when I actually go into the house too, it's like it's cool to see like the difference. But yeah, so she called me over there, and you're just like, what are you doing? And we're like, we're looking at new pictures.
New pictures.
Yeah, new pictures. That's one of Ginny's steps in her preparation for new listings. But she is watching us on social media. So she said Trish had a day yesterday, from horror house showing to a good lunch, thank you, Big Y, to great commuter open house. Yay, Trish.
Yay, Trish. Yeah, and she put in an offer on one of my listings, and she had she showed a bunch of properties.
Yeah,
so.
And she did a commuter open house last night.
Yeah.
On her new listing.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We'll make sure we leave some time, because I know Ginny put something new on the market this week too, and everybody's been very, very busy around here, which is great to see everybody. Like, I love the hustle, you know what I mean? Like the hustle and bustle, and the comings and the goings, and the, all of that, and just to see everything going on.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer. It is a busy summer so far. But yeah, we had a discussion yesterday about something that we typically do in the summertime with some of the agents. And they just were like, I have 4 new listings coming on. I have 3 new listings coming on. I have this, this, and this. So a lot going on. So be sure to follow us on social media. And you can go to bostonconnect.com and find all of that information for those new listings. So if you are a buyer out there and you're thinking about buying, we might have the house for you.
And that's the other thing too, is like, we're listening to our own agents here about putting houses on the market, and all the steps that go on before that. That's part of what we're talking about today. But I'm noticing a lot of new listings coming on the market, and I've been saying it for months. what happens in our sand states slowly makes its way here. I'm hoping it won't get as bad as it is in Florida. Like Florida, they have 2 years of inventory in some
Yeah.
areas of Florida. But we're seeing more inventory. And when that happens, buyers have more to choose from. So it switches quickly from a seller's market to a buyer's market.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get into it. So day in the life of a real estate agent. Let's start off with listing agents. I know that we just talked about, quite a few listings that are coming on the market. We'll talk about our new listings that came on this week towards the end of the show, but I think that a lot of people do think that you just put a sign in the yard and a home magically appears online. But there's, the reality to it is there's so much preparation that goes on beforehand. Sometimes it can take weeks, whether, we're doing the photography, the drone, the floor plans, the marketing, the coming soons, everything before that. And that all takes time. It just doesn't magically appear. This isn't Hogwarts.
No, this is not Hogwarts, which I'm sure means something to you, but nothing to me. Even though I did go to Universal. And I didn't watch any of the movies. I pretended. Yeah, but anyways, I was thinking, as you were saying that, there are definitely other things too, because one of the things, and I say this over and over again on our show, is I love that we can be a resource, like resource, real estate source, right, for all of our clients, in the fact of we know great people who do great things. So recently we had a new listing, and I had noticed like a crack in the stove, and I was just like, you know what, it seems unsafe. Like, let's get a new stove. So Mark and I went to Lowe's and we ordered a stove, and we got a new stove put in. Then, I called my painter and, met the painter over at the house, and these are the things that have to be done. And Mark met them because Mark helps me a lot with this type of, coordinating of, different subs as well, and they had to get the plasterer out there and trying to line that up with them. And then with the painter getting that done, the ceiling's done. Then there was one area that, there was old carpet, so that was ripped up, and it was like I met the carpet company over there. But the thing is I'm not even just meeting the people when they're there to like make selections and to give them advice on, okay, what color should we go with? All right, the color we chose maybe isn't something that you would do in an everyday life, but I wanted to brighten up the room, you know what I mean? So it's very, very light. But I also went over there the day they were installing it. Do I need to be there for that? No. Was I? Yes. We had a perk test done this week. And Shane McGlone is the best of the best, in my opinion. He's the septic engineer. I think he has a different title than that, but that's what I call him. And Brian Kane from Kane Construction, they had to, go over there to dig and everything. Did I have to go over there at 8 a.m. to watch a perk test? No. Did I? Yes.
Yeah.
Those are like the things that we're part of and being included in. And the reason why I like to do that is because now I'm there, I'm hearing firsthand from Shane and all the powers to be, what is this system going to potentially look like and how is it going to feel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of preparation that goes on. I mean, your house is already on the market, but a lot of the times that happens beforehand. Yeah. And you sort of know what to expect when it comes to Title V. I think you should do another Title V show soon.
I thought that the other day. I took some good video of Shane explaining the perk test and everything too. So. Yeah.
Just a daily list of preparation, your initial consultation. So touring the property, discussing seller goals. I think that's always important, being open about that. Pricing strategy, talking about that, and reviewing market conditions. Also preparing the home. So staging recommendations. You're a professional stager, a certified. I know I caught myself. A certified professional stager. So you give staging advice for your clients, decluttering guidance, repair recommendations, contractor coordination. I mean, you just went through a list of contractors that you coordinated for your listing, and landscaping suggestions. We have somebody that we recommend, locally that can go there and do yard cleanups and shovel and things like that. So, and then there's the marketing preparation. There's so much that goes on behind that. I said before, professional photography. It's not just it happens. It's scheduling it, making sure that the house is prepared for it.
Let's talk about this for a minute, though,
Yeah.
because the house I was just talking about, we were very much on track with having the photography done. I had that scheduled. And then something happened where the plasterer wasn't able to finish when he thought he was going to, because it had to dry. So it needed so many days to dry. So that pushed everything out. Well, then, okay, now I have to try to get the painter here. Now the painter's
Yeah.
behind on another schedule. So now he's here. So that all got pushed. And then it was like, all right, well, let's get the photography done. And then we were there the day that they were putting in the carpet. We had to cancel the carpet. Then we had the
Yeah.
carpet rescheduled. And then they were there. They called me the morning of that, unfortunately, the person who was supposed to, that was on a Monday. It was supposed to be installed. Tuesday were pictures. Monday, they called Monday morning. They were supposed to be there by 8 a.m. and they sent me an email that they had to reschedule because of some conflict, personal issue that happened with the installer. And then they wanted to make it Thursday. I was like, no, that's just not going to work. So they had to figure it out. They got someone there Tuesday. We thought, okay, we were able, this is where I say we pivot. We were scheduled for 10 a.m. on Tuesday and they were coming and I was like, there's no way they'll be done with the carpet. And I asked Brian, our photographer, can you come at 12 instead? Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm actually going to be with Susan Bollinger at 12 on Tuesday. And he's like, maybe she'll switch. So I texted Sue. And again, Sue is a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. She was on with Mel last week. I called Sue and I was like, hey, any chance you could switch with me? Can you take my 10 o'clock and I'll take your 12 o'clock? And she's like, yep, happy to do it. That's what I mean about the pivot and trying to make it work and figure it all out. There's a lot of moving pieces all the time. And this is the things that our clients don't see. So when we call them and say, oh, just want to let you know, like this, we were able to reschedule the photographer. Like, and that's the other thing too, that I think sometimes people are like, all right, well, I can't do it today. Let's just do it tomorrow. Well, other people have a schedule.
Yeah, there's all these schedules. Again, it's everybody's schedules that you have to line up.
Yeah.
It is tough.
It is a lot. And so we were able to do that. We show up at, before 12 o'clock, 11:30ish or whatever. And
we pull in the driveway and we're like, uh-oh.
It's not happening today. Then Brian came. I felt terrible about that. And I was like, Brian, I'm sorry. I thought that they would be done. So then I was like, all right, can you come Thursday? And he's like, I'm sorry, I have to go out of town. He had a family emergency with his wife's family. So they were out of town until the following week. That's what I mean. Now this house that was supposed to be on the market 2 weeks ago is now 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
Not because of me, but just because of circumstances with aligning other people. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it was done. But that's what we call the pivot.
That is what we call the pivot. And then, you got it done. You got the photography, got them back day of or next morning. And everything worked out. And now you have an offer. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, potentially more than one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, ladies.
Yeah.
We have a text message.
Oh,
from
see, I told them, Tim, that you can read. Yeah. See,
yes,
that's all I had to say every week.
I can do math. I can do all kinds of things.
Woo! He can match his clothes in the morning without what were those called? Animals? Do you remember animals? And you would go into the store, remember, and it would be like a blue monkey. So then you would all the shirts with a blue monkey. Then you would match it up with all the pants with a blue monkey, and they match. Animals.
Animals.
Look that up.
Animals. I know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, I digress.
That's okay. We have a text from 339. They're in the process of selling their house, and they need someone to mow for the last 3 weeks before the sale is completed. And do you have a contact that would do that?
Well, we need to know where the house
is it local? Yeah, ask them if they're...
that is a very good question.
Yeah. Matters how local they are, but we could probably... I got a guy. We got a guy. We got a guy. I definitely have a guy. And if they're on the market too, I don't know who their real estate agent is, that their real estate agent probably would be a good resource for that as well with their contacts, but I'm happy to give one of my contacts. I'm not sharing his phone number on the air, so we'll make sure.
All right.
If they just let us know to 339, just text, what town you're in. Yeah. And then Tim will send me your phone number and I can send you Joe, my guy who's at my house right now.
We have a shout out here. So Chris Miller here from Jack Conway Real Estate
Hi.
in Hingham. Just wanted to do a shout out to Boston Connect agent Sam Horton. Just finished my 3rd transaction with Sam, one of the best in the business.
He is. Thank you, Chris, for saying that.
Thanks so much, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, he is really, really good. So for those who don't know Sam Horton, he's been on the show a couple times talking about investments and things
Yeah,
like that.
we'll have to get him back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's married to Mary Horton, a.k.a. Mary Baker. They're having their 2nd baby soon.
Yeah.
So
Exciting stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, Chris, I'm so glad to hear that.
Looking at the text here, I'm going to wait for confirmation on this, but it looks like they're in Marshfield.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. I got a guy.
We got a guy.
I got a guy.
But yes, thank you so much, Chris Miller. And we love hearing that. We love hearing that because, we're biased. We think that we have the best of the best here at Boston Connect Real Estate. And, things like this, messages from Chris and other agents out there in the business that wear different colored hats are reassuring that, our agents are doing something right and they're doing and that something right is being the best they can for their clients and for their co-brokes.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I love is, Chris working for another company. It's actually, I started at Jack Conway. I like to say I'm an ex-con, right? So that's where I started my career in 2001. You know what I mean? They had a Pembroke office at the time. And everything that Boston Connect is made of, it really was foundationed from companies that I took bits and pieces of different companies that I was part of and that family feel that I had when Jack was alive and, because Jack is no longer with us. But, with his, being in the office with him, I took a lot of that with me when I put Boston Connect Real Estate together. Obviously, huge company now, they are. But, yeah, it's nice. And it's funny because I just did a transaction with somebody, Robbie Lindo, I'll give him a shout out to. He is also with that firm and he did a great job and it was so nice working with him. But we say this all the time. Listen, we're real estate agents. We are all colleagues. It does not matter what color logo you wear. This is the easiest transactions I have are the ones with agents like Chris, like Robbie, from other companies that know how to get along and are like both are equal. It reminds me of a marriage and how Mackenzie had said at Casey's wedding. Actually, happy 4th anniversary.
Happy 4th anniversary.
Yeah, to Casey Hughes and Dustin Hughes. Yesterday was their anniversary. But when Mackenzie got up and said, I hope you take with you what mom and dad have always shown us. A marriage is not 50-50. It's 100-100. And I feel that way with our relationships with our other, agents that we're working with. I say across the aisle. Hey, I'm happy to work across the aisle. I don't care what color your logo is. We're all in this together. So shout out to you, Chris. I appreciate that. Shout out for Sam. And looks like Trish Flynn just said, thanks, Ginny. Yesterday was a wild one for sure. Human ping pong ball. I love this real estate life. And
that is so true. Human ping pong ball.
Yeah. And that is the thing is, but what is she? I love this real estate life. And there are times of fluctuation and pivoting. It's all about pivoting. She says it's about being a ping pong. And I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we say that every day is different. Every year is different. Everybody, like many people in other businesses, some years are harder than others. Some years are easier than others. It just changes from year to year, day to day, week to week, everything. So it's always great to hear that, even though Trish had not so great morning, her day ended on a really great note. And it's
did.
the ping
Other
pong.
than the McDonald's.
Other than McDonald's. Well, who knows? Maybe she enjoyed it.
I don't think so. I talked to her last night and I was like, you're going to be throwing up in a little bit. But, one of the things I want to say, and again, this gets us off track from what we're talking about, and we do want to talk about open houses, but I wrote this down earlier because it is something I want to discuss. And, like I said, Chris, sending us that little message and us just having high regard for other agents. If you go into an open house, let's say, and there's an agent in there doing an open house, and they have to make comments about another listing that's on the market in that same town just to make their listing look better. That, I'm telling you, is not the person you want to work for or want working for you, because I've just about had it. And I'm telling you, I get spicy. I look right at the camera. I'm getting spicy about this stuff, and I'm going to call agents out on their poop when they're doing things that are unethical and not in clearly violations of the board of the code of ethics, right? I'm calling you out on it. You know who you are. But this is the second time in Norwell, let's just pretend, that an agent actually says to somebody going through their open house, oh, you wouldn't like that house, it's overpriced. Shame on you. You know who you are. I know who you are too. So stop saying it. Because I will start filing code of ethics violations. I will start doing it. So don't try to make somebody else look bad to make yourself look good. It doesn't work in this industry. The people who get along will get along.
Yeah, instead, give her a call and say, hey, how did you get to your number? I have a listing as well. I would love to get that number for my clients.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So Janet Thomas, it would be great if brokers had contacts in any of the consignment businesses. Sellers always have furniture and other items to get rid of during transition. Thank you. Yes, Janet, this is a huge, huge problem that we're having because a lot of the older, better put together furniture is not stylish enough for anybody to really want anymore. So it's really hard, especially after COVID. A lot of things like my brother's keeper and things like that changed.
Very particular about what they take.
Yeah.
And then there's things like mattresses that are very hard to get rid of.
$150 a piece for, each piece. Yeah. And then we have clients like mine in Marshfield where I talk about him every week and I know he listens, but he's like literally the perfect seller. Like he's so like, I love to say like a little bit of OCD, because we talked about that the other day when I was getting the smoke cert. And even though he was home, I still went.
Yeah.
I could have been lazy and said, no, you deal with it. You're going to be home anyways.
Yeah.
No, I went. But he has found a way to get rid of a lot of stuff. And I know Facebook Marketplace is a good place to get rid of stuff, sell stuff. But be careful if you're doing that. But that is a good show. Maybe we have a show just on what do I do with this?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, washer, dryers, old appliances that don't work, things like that. We are done.
We are done.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, I'm going to be in Norwell tomorrow, possibly, unless this offer gets accepted, 341 Lincoln Street in Norwell. I'll be there 11 to 1.
Yeah, we have quite a few open houses this weekend, so be sure to follow us on Boston Connect Real Estate on Facebook and on Instagram, and then bostonconnect.com for all of our contact information.
Yes, and you'll find all of our open houses there, so make sure you go check out our new listings and just follow along. If you want to see what's coming soon, that's a good thing to follow on Instagram and on Facebook, Boston Connect Real Estate. Have a great, great weekend, everybody, and congratulations to all of our graduates out there.
Yes, congratulations.
Bye, Tim. Have a good day.
Neighborly day in this beauty wood, the neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine?
Do you know who I was talking
Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like
The South Shore's first choice for live team